Hey guys, it's MollyPop, and for today's video, I'm going to be showing you the 5 different farm types that you can choose from in Stardew Valley, and I will also be telling you all about them so that you can choose which one you think is best for you. So in Stardew Valley, they have 5 different farm types, and number 1 is the standard farm. We also have the Riverland farm, forest farm, hilltop farm, and the wilderness farm. So when I first started, I didn't even know that there were multiple farm types, and I just chose the standard farm, which is the best for a beginner. But there are also some other good ones that you can do for being a beginner as well. So I'm going to first show you the standard farm. And now the standard farm is best for farming. That's what it's known for. And I like this one a lot just because it has a lot of open space. Well, not right now because I just made this farm, but oops. I just made this farm, so there is a lot of stuff all over the farm, which is another good reason for this farm, because every time the new season starts, then you will get tons of resources like trees, stone, you can also, there will be grass that you can scythe, but I like to keep my grass around to keep it for hay. But another good thing about this farm is that if you're really into designing and just also with mods, this is a good one for game or mods that change the looks of the game, which ties into designing as well. And if you're really into having a lot of animals, then this farm will be the best one for you as well. So another thing that I like about this one that I have just been testing is that it's good if you want to try to go for the rare events like the owl, and there's another one that the alien, where you get a capsule. You're gonna need this farm because you'll need a lot of open space and open tiles to even get that event. Something that is not so appealing about this farm is that there aren't really any special benefits like the other farms have. So like the other ones are specialized for fishing, foraging, mining, combat. This one is just farming, so it doesn't really have anything else about it. But that's about it for this farm. And in case you were wondering, the amount of free tiles that you can farm on or use for building is 3,427. So the next kind of farm that we are gonna look at is the Riverlands farm, and this one is known for fishing. I don't particularly like this one just because it's very weirdly, the layout is just weird. I'll just say that. And also, the only kind of fish that you can get are river fish. So there's all of this area and you can only get rivers. So I feel like it's kind of pointless to have so much water when you can only get one type of fish. It doesn't make sense to me. And it also sucks because you have all of this water for one type of fish, and then it takes away your farming land. And farming in this game is pretty essential to like complete it, so it's pretty important. But if you are into doing crab pots, which I am not, then this farm will be a great one for you, because you can put crab pots all around here. But personally, I find crab pots extremely time consuming, so I don't really think they're worth the effort. And if you're also into designing and having all this space to put buildings and pathways and anything else, then this farm probably isn't the one for you, just because you really have to like go around the rivers, and there's just so many, there's these pathways like all over the place, as you can see. So it's an obstacle, but you can find a way, of course. And also, another thing I really find annoying about this farm is that, let's say I'm all the way over here doing whatever, then you have to, it takes forever to get home, so, because you have to go through all these different little areas. And I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I just find it annoying, so I thought it was worth mentioning. The free tile space that you can use on this farm is 1,578, so there's not a whole lot of space that you can use. So here's a zoomed out picture of the farm. It's very, just so many unnecessary obstacles. I have used this farm before, and I don't think that I personally will ever go back to it, because I just find this so annoying. It feels like it takes forever to get places. Nothing's really too accessible, so. But the next farm that I'm going to show you will be the forest farm, and I've actually never really used this kind of farm in game. I only just recently started researching about it and looking at it, but the second I even made it, I really liked the house, as you can see. And a fun fact is that the farmhouse is designed to match every single farm type, so the whichever farm you choose, your farmhouse will look different. And I really like the way this one looks. It just looks really nice. So maybe I'll have to switch to this one. But right away, there's so much grass and like grass patches. So this farm is about foraging. So if you're really into foraging, then this one will be a great farm for you. But if you're going to forage, you need to keep all of this area clear. And you can get rid of these bushes eventually when you upgrade your axe to a certain level. And another good thing about this map is that you may not be able to farm on these grass patches, but you can still put farm buildings on it. So it's not completely wasted space. And another good thing that I personally like is that there are so many of these bushes all over the land, and in certain seasons they will grow berries, and I use those berries to take with me to the mines to keep my health and energy up. And you get so many from each bush, and there's a ton of bushes here. So I usually get about 200 of each berry just from going around the town. So I can't even imagine if I got all those plus the ones from this farmland. That would just be a ton. And the second thing I like about this farm is that there's hardwood right here for you to harvest, and they spawn every single day, so you can get hardwood from it every day. And then in addition to this hardwood, you can go to the secret forest and get it, and so you're getting double the hardwood. And so I'm going to show you a zoomed out look at this farm, because I really think that I might switch to this farm just because I like it a lot. It looks really nice. The farmhouse looks nice, and I really like foraging a lot, so that is a good thing for me. And also, it's not too crazy in the layout, so I can still design a little bit, but also have space for farming, and it has more than one benefit. The ponds are kind of annoying though, just because they're kind of pointless. Unlike the rivers in the Riverlands farm, which, by the way, I get garbage most of the time in the rivers. So there's another reason for how pointless the Riverlands farm is. But in every farm type, they have ponds, and they don't really have a use besides wasting space. So that's a downside. But I really like the way it looks. There's still space for my animals, my farming and designing. But it may look like it have a lot of space, but the available tiles are only 1,413. So far that is the lowest amount of space that the farm has, like out of all the farms. But you can't honestly tell, but that can be a downside if you really like to go crazy with the designing. And as you see, I picked up this Morel, which you usually only find in the secret woods, but since this farm type is designed after the secret woods, you can also find foraging items from the secret woods at your farm, which is nice because you don't have to go all the way over there. But that is about it for this farm type. I think it's really pretty though, but again, these are just my opinions, and I'm just here to show you and help you pick which one you think is best for you. So now moving on to the fourth farm, which is my least favorite type of farm, and it's the farm that I have been playing on for the last year or so, and that is the hilltop farm. Let me show you. I'm gonna zoom out here so you can get a better look. The main thing I don't like about this farm is just that the benefit it has is mining, which I will show you in a minute, but the mining in this farm just seems really, really pointless because when you mine everything in the area, it will take a long time to grow, or not grow, for anything to spawn back. So I just recently cleared my mining area, and it's been about a couple of in-game days, and only one thing has spawned, and that is a magma geode. So that's what I don't really like. I mean, the mining perk of this would be great if it actually spawned often, but it doesn't, so it just feels like a waste of space when I can easily go to the mines and get a whole bunch of different stuff. But it's still, I guess, nice to have if you need that one little thing, or just like if you need some extra stone. But a lot of times I will forget about this area, so it's just, in my opinion, it's a little bit pointless. But there is some open space and a river that you can fish in, but again, as I mentioned before, I just mostly get garbage from the rivers, so I don't even bother, honestly. But an annoying thing about this map is that it's really weird for putting animal buildings. There's not really space for them, as you can see. It's kind of like awkward and just weird, and there's just barely any space, and I really like designing, so it proves to be just a giant obstacle. But in the mining area you do get stone, ore, and geodes. It just doesn't spawn that often. And the tile space for this one, it is bigger than the forest one, but it's still only 1,648, and honestly it feels a lot smaller than the forest farm type. But another thing is that in the beginning you can't access the mining area until you upgrade either your pickaxe or your axe, because usually there will be a large stump of wood blocking it, or a large piece of stone, so you can't even get to it right away, and it's stupid because in the beginning you can't go to the mining area, and then you can't go to this mining area in your farm, so it's really pointless. And also it's just not for me, basically. I honestly can't really think of any pros that don't have negative effects along with it. So actually I think this would be my least favorite map or farm type. It's Riverlands and Hilltop are my least favorites. They're tied right now. But the last farm I'm going to show you is called the Wilderness Farm, and this one is focused on combat. So the farmhouse for this one looks pretty cool. I like the forest one better, but this one's cool too. So for this one, at night, when you are around your farm, monsters will spawn. Let me unfreeze time. Let's see, let me show you. So it gets dark around, let's just put it at 7. So when it gets dark, monsters will automatically start spawning, and it's just pretty annoying if you're doing some late night things like trying to finish up your farm, water your crops, or get your animals back in. This one would honestly be a terrible farm for me because so many times I forget to close the doors to my animals' barns and stuff, so they will be like out, and Your animals will die from the monsters if they are out. So just to be aware of that. But a good thing if you are into combat and don't want to do it in the mines is that the monsters that spawn will be your combat level, so they won't ever be higher than what you can handle. But it's not really that big of a benefit, because you do still have access to the mines, and oops, that's not what I wanted. But it is good if you don't really want to, because when you are in the mines, there will be monsters everywhere, and at least you can run away into your farmhouse here. So there's that. But a good thing about this is that it is really similar to the standard farm. So there's a lot of space for you to design your farm and work. Oh, see, there's something. I believe that's a wilderness golem, which, by the way, is unique to just this map. You won't find a wilderness golem in the mines. It's only at this map. So I forgot where. Oh, so this one's similar to the standard farm, and it has available tile space of 2,131, which is about 1,300 tiles less than a standard farm, but still a lot higher than some of the other farms. I hear some ruckus. Oh, it's a bat, and I don't have a sword. Oh, that worked. So see, this is the very first day of my farm, and I literally just made it, so it's definitely at my combat level, which is probably 0. So it's just annoying, because if all these bats are flying towards you, then while you're trying to farm, then it's annoying, because you don't want to deal with that. But if you do want to practice your combat or get your combat skill up before you go into the mines, then this one will be a great map to practice on. And you can also get the mod Night Owl, and that will allow you to be awake all night long, so you can fight monsters all night long. So that is about it for this farm, and just as an overview, I want to tell you the main pros and cons about each farm. So for the standard farm, that one is great for farming, designing your area, and for animals, you get lots of resources like wood, stone, sometimes hardwood, only in the beginning though. And you do have a little, well, you only have ponds there, no rivers, so honestly those are pointless anyway though. And the only con for this one is that it doesn't have any other special benefit besides farming. So that's about it for that one. So if you like designing and need lots of space for farming and putting your animals in the space without like any obstacles anywhere, then the standard farm is the one for you. And the Riverlands farm has tons of rivers, and you can only catch river fish in it, but you get garbage most of the time anyways. But if you like fishing for river fish but barely getting anything, then this is great for you. Or if you like using crab pots, then this is a great one for you as well. But cons about this one is that it decreases farmland, so you don't have a whole lot of space for farming or putting your animals or designing anything, and it takes forever to get home. So on to the forest farm. Just to summarize, it has berry bushes, hardwood, and is great for foraging. You also have space to put where's my fishing pole? Oh, never mind, it's in a different chest. Anyways, so, and you do have some space to design a little bit, not too much. And that's also a little bit of a con, that you don't have that much space, but it's beautiful. You can forage, you have materials. So this one I think is probably my personal favorite. And then we have the Hilltop Farm, which is one of my least favorites. And that is because the mining area is pointless. It takes a long time for more stuff to spawn after you get rid of everything. And it's just a really weird map where you don't have a lot of space, so many obstacles. And so if you're into designing and building and farming, this one is not the map for you. And then the last farm is the Wilderness Farm, which is kind of pointless if you're not into combat. It's basically just another standard farm. So that is, I mean, the main thing about this is combat. So if you're not into, oops, I'm facing the wrong way. So if you're not into that, then just stick with a regular standard farm and you won't have to deal with all of the monsters spawning and potentially killing your animals and ruining your farm. So that is about it for the 5 different types of the 5 different types of farms in Stardew Valley. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions about any of the farm types, then just drop a comment below and I will try my best to help you out. So if you liked this video, then please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, then hit that subscribe button. See you guys next time.